A backlog of sentenced inmates waiting at the El Paso County Jail for a prison bed is costing taxpayers. That's what El Paso County Sheriff Joe Roybal said during a news conference today. Our Maggie Bryan was there and explains why he says the problem has recently gotten worse.
Money lost from an inmate backlog. It's an issue prompting the El Paso County Sheriff to call this press conference.
The state's not pulling their weight.
To send this message.
I'm calling on the governor, I'm calling on the legislature to find a solution and quit pushing this onto local government.
Sheriff Joe Roybal says a deal that's worked for decades with the Colorado Department of Corrections is no longer sustainable. County jails across the state normally house sentenced inmates until a DOC prison bed opens up. Back in January, the sheriff says the El Paso County Jail had an average of 55 inmates on the transfer wait list. This month, it's up to an average of 106.
What I would like to see is the bed space to get these people out of jail. That is my preference.
The sheriff says cuts to DOC bed space are to blame. Earlier this year, he says lawmakers eliminated around 300 beds due to a large state budget shortfall.
That's coming out of our pockets and our tax dollars that we're covering the state.
Colorado law sets the rate county jails can bill the state for housing inmates at around $77 per inmate per day. Sheriff Roybal says the cost at his jail is actually more than $143 per inmate.
At the very least, they should pay us what it costs us to incarcerate their inmates. If we have to cut costs elsewhere, I will do that. I'm simply asking the state to pay their fair share.
In a statement to News 5, the Colorado Department of Corrections said, in part, CDOC acknowledges the challenges posed by gaps between reimbursement rates and actual expenses, emphasizing the need for collaborative strategies to address these fiscal demands effectively. In the meantime, Sheriff Roybal says he's rallying with other sheriffs across the state to push for a solution.
It's not only affecting El Paso County, this is affecting every single county that operates a jail here in Colorado.
In El Paso County, I'm Maggie Bryan, News 5.
Maggie, thank you. News 5 reached out to members of the Joint Budget Committee for comment on the cuts to beds at the Department of Corrections. State Senator Judy Amalabi is a Democrat who represents Boulder County. She said in part the changes we made to prison bed funding reflect smart, data-driven adjustments, eliminating mostly vacant or duplicative beds while increasing resources where they're actually needed. The El Paso County Sheriff says lawmakers approved funding to reopen 100 DOC beds this summer. He says that's still not enough to fix the issue.